Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Now today's video is another locomotive review. Is it a locomotive though? Kind of. It's, well, as you can tell by the title, it's a two-car DMU. This is a Bachmann Class 108, as you can see. I got it for my birthday just in January, so I've had it for not even a month. But it is a absolutely lovely model. This box here with the picture is the motor car, and that is the trailer car there. 32-900A Class 108 2-car DMU, BR green with speed whiskers. This model was second hand, and yeah, I mean, in brilliant condition. Now, interestingly, while I unbox this first unit, is this model came with DCC chips fitted, which I have since removed and fitted blanking plates to. But the chips, I think, will be sold because I have no use for them. But anyway, but as I say, this is now entirely DC. So you've got the slip of card that comes in a Bachmann box, with the nice picture on the front of the unit. That one's got the little headcode thingy in it. Anyway, brief history. Class 108, they were built by British Railways Derby Works between 1958 and 1961 and were delivered as 147 2-car units, 5 3-car and 6 4-car units. The final 29 sets produced in 1960-61 differed from the early units by having a 4-digit headcode box on the front of the roof above the cab windows, which is like this one. These units saw widespread use on the London Midland and North Eastern regions, and were well in service before the might of Dr. Beeching's axe fell on a considerable portion of the rail network in the 1960s. They had a blue square coupling code which allowed them to operate with other unit classes that shared the same designation, but not with other types. The first vehicle was withdrawn in 1964, and the class continued until 1993, when they were all taken out of service, and over 50 vehicles have been noted for preservation, which is a fair amount. So that's good that this class is still alive and well. Now, being this model is second-hand, it didn't actually come with instructions. What I did was I emailed the Bachmann service line, and they were very helpful. They sent me, it's not actually a Word document, it was an image, which I enlarged and put on A4 paper. So right here, you've got the, as standard with normal Bachmann units now, you've got the sort of breakdown of parts, which is very useful if you need replacement parts. So you've got bogie assemblies, the actual body assembly, and then you've got, thank you for your choice of this Class 108 diesel multiple unit. And it needs running in, which I have done, and then body removal, DCC chipping, I've just realised it's not really in shot, DCC decoder fitting, and replacement parts, which is all on there. So that is that. So I'll keep that safe. Then you've got the standard guarantee, which all Bachmann models come with. So I'll just remove that because everyone knows what that looks like. Anyway, here we have the first unit. What I will do is I'll put this to one side and I will unbox this unit. Here we are with the models down a bit lower, and instantly, as soon as you lay your eyes on this unit, you can tell it is just beautiful. This here is the trailer car because it has no guards compartment, and this is the motor car because in the guards compartment there is the motor. So we will begin with the trailer car, which is considerably lighter. Its number is M52043, and the end has an absolute wealth of detail. So you've got 2K51 on the head code. It's going to St. Helens. It's got very nice separately fitted windscreen wipers there. And look at the interior detail in there. How lovely is that? You can just make it out, all of the controls and things. You've got some danger live wires signs, and I forgot to mention that all of the lights, including interior lighting, headcode, and directional lighting, do light up. So anyway, you've got the head/tail lights, they sort of double as one, and you've got sprung buffers there, which is great, and some very fine little lamp hooks just there above the buffers, and that's that blue square classification I was talking about earlier for pipeworks, which I'd say is where the different units are linked together if they were operating in, you know, multiple sets. It has got a NEM coupling under there, which is very nice. Moving on to bogie detail. Very nice. You've got the painted yellow axle boxes and nice bogie frame detail as well. And the underframe detail is quite spectacular, actually. So you've got the brown hoses, possibly fuel pumps, and that looks to be a fuel tank or an oil tank or something. I'm really not sure on these. And then, yeah, just various detail under there. And so you got the Bachmann Made in China logo. You can also see that the bogies transmit electricity, even though, well, that is purely for the lights, actually. Because this unit is not powered, of course. It's quite, I mean, it's fairly large. It's about the size of a Mark 1, I would say. But then again, I don't have a Mark 1, so. You got very nice piping along the end of the unit, and another danger live wires sign. Again, lamp hooks in that blue classification. And you will note that this model is fitted with a KD coupling with its little tail snipped off. I mean, there is no need for a tail in this locomotive because you don't want it to, or this unit I should say, because you do not want it to uncouple. So this allows very close coupling. I will have to replace these at some point because it's so close that I have to have the motor car leading because it's pulling the trailer car. If I have the motor car trailing, the buffers interlock and it's all a big mess, really. And I forgot to mention, it's sprung buffers on that end. Like, you just wouldn't expect that. I mean, that's the end that almost nobody sees. Like, how cool is that? And as I said before, you've got NEM dovetail fittings and sort of just more detail. And before we move on to the other unit, you've got very nice interior detail in there, and the paint finish is absolutely beautiful, along with some very nice roof detail. So that is the first car. Now I won't cover much of the second car because sort of that end there is all the same apart from the number M51928. And we'll just look at the guards compartment. You've got load 30 CWTS distributed. I would assume that sort of means tons in layman's terms, but I wouldn't know. You've got, that's actually a broken window, which I will fix eventually. I've got it in the box. So, yeah, that's just the guard's window. You don't really notice it when it's going along, though. But yeah, so see all of that, how it's all blacked out, up until there, where it just sort of gets light again. That is all the motor and various mechanical things. But yeah, it's very, very nice. As I said, got the other KD and more sprung buffers and various other things, which is, it's just a really impressive unit. And just to show you how closely they actually couple, I will get that, I'll just couple them on here before we go over to the layout. Anyway guys, look how closely they couple. Isn't that just, it's really quite realistic and very nice. See, if I sort of push them together they get closer, but that's with KDs, I mean that's pretty good. Anyway guys, so isn't that interesting how closely they couple? Now, we shall head on over to the layout to test how well this unit performs, which I think you will agree is quite impressive. So we're here with our Class 108, which I am putting on the track. Now I'm putting on the trailer car first because, as the name suggests, it trails. And we'll put the motor car on there. And we'll just couple up the KDs, which are very simple to couple up. And there we have it. So, because also it's very capable in the dark with all of its lighting, I will include some shots of the unit taken in the dark, possibly tonight, and include them at the end of this running bit of the review. So yeah, let's give it some power. Anyway, there we have it, guys. The Bachmann Class 108. Well, I don't even know how to describe it. It's perfection. That's what it is. Just the detail and the running quality of it, as with the lights, as you would have seen via those running shots, is just 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10 even. It's just so good, and it's a joy to run. I really enjoy running it. If you see one for a good price, I highly recommend them. Bachmann also do 3-car units, and just the Bachmann DMUs in general, like they're bringing out 117s and 121s. You know, they've got the Derby lightweights, the 105s, and some Southern electrics. Oh, and the new 101, of course. Well, it's not that new now, but you know what I mean. It's just really nice, and I think I mean, you know what I think? I think you should all buy one. So there we go. So that wraps up this review for today. please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Like me on Facebook at CruisleyRoad4472. And as always, guys, see you later.